Welcome to Life, Death, and the Law, presented by the law firm of Deason, Garner, and Hansen, hosted by attorneys Sean Garner and Adam Hansen.
I'm like, well, yeah, it's like you need to like dial these schools in, especially when you're spending the money in the beginning. Like, do it the right colors.
Do you know how they came? So how does it? Do you know how the process works? I was recently down there for wrestling. My kids are in wrestling, and so got the opportunity to go into that gym, the new gym. They've got a fantastic, like the full length of the one wall is the western wall of the gym is completely skinned. It looks like a mural, but on further examination, it's like a vinyl that they've printed, but it's just
like a wrap pretty much.
And I'm thinking, okay, yeah, like you're feeling the vibe, like it's all over throughout the gym, the colors, but those colors were interesting to me. It was like a brown,
and like a copper almost.
Yeah, like a burnt, almost like a
burnt orange.
Texas.
Yeah.
University of Texas. And I was like, that's an interesting color scheme. I would never have guessed that, So I wonder how they come up with that stuff.
Yeah, I'm not sure. And I mean, obviously they're the Toros, so the Toro is a little bit of somewhat of that color kind of to a certain extent, but I'm not sure how they do it,
Yeah, I wondered if they use they polled the community or something. I don't know.
Maybe, yeah. I mean,
so for Gila Ridge, my understanding, I'm completely ignorant, but my kids have told me, well, the guy that was I think it was the new principal at the time when they were building that school, really liked North Carolina or something like that.
Okay.
And so that's why they chose those colors, because I always dog on the colors and on the logo. It's just horrible. To me, it looks like some kid like scribbled it out. Like my 4-year-old could do that. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, you would think the district has some type of play in that. when it comes to the board, you'd think it would be rolling through there, and they probably get ideas from people, and then you would think the board votes on it.
But it was obvious. Like I think so. They're building I've had that exact same thought that you're talking about, because the school itself is like a crimson red, like all the architecture, and then you've got this disjointment of the Carolina blue is kind of their color, and I'm like, nobody was communicating, or I think they had a different color in mind at first, and then they switched it to this Carolina blue, which I'm not a fan of either, just because I think you need to stick with primary colors when doing high school sports. Just having been in high school sports, like back in my day in the 90s, we didn't have the ability to use Amazon. We had to get the eBay. You remember eBay?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So not eBay. What is it? Is it eBay? Yeah.
Well, eBay. Yeah, that's the one you really kind of shopped on.
Yeah. So no, it's not eBay. What was it? Easton. I can't remember the magazine, but it was just sports stuff. Like I would have to order my wrestling shoes from there. I'd order my cleats from there. It was a magazine that we'd get. And yeah, so back in the day, that's how we had to do it. And when we would do that, like when I would order my shoes, my wrestling shoes, my school colors were red, black, and white. Clean. Love it. Right? So it was super easy.
Colors right there.
Exactly. They have a little bit of gray. I'm not a fan of the gray, but red, black, and white. And so it was easy for me. I could get black cleats, or red cleats, red, just like a cherry red. So they only had like cherry red, royal blue, green, yellow, like your primary colors. And so I feel like when you use a Carolina blue, you're limiting yourself with the swag that you can get, or it's going to be a lot more expensive to get that kind of stuff. So I wish these schools would be more cognizant of that when they're putting their processes together.
If you have questions or want to know more about something that was discussed today, please call the law firm of Deason, Garner, and Hansen at 928-783-4575 or visit yumaestateplanning.com.